Hello, I'm Inspired99. In this video, Milos Sarcev talks about Big Ramy and Nick Walker in the Arnold Classic 2023. Will Big Ramy beat Nick Walker? Take a look at the video below. Milos Sarcev, a seasoned bodybuilding instructor, has a track record of developing some of the greatest IFBB Pro League athletes in the world. With less than 4 weeks until the competition, Sarcev spoke with Muscular Development about the physiques of the top contenders for the 2023 Arnold Classic: Nick Walker, Mamdao Big Ramy Elsbie, and Samson Dada. He's going on the stage. The only guy he lost to was Nick Walker. I'm sure that he's going there for redemption. He believes he can fix the fullness part, Sarcev shared. After the dust settled following the Olympia competition last year, the men's open hierarchy suffered significant modifications. At the conclusion of the competition, former 212 athletes Derek Lunsford and Hadi Choopan took first and second place, respectively, while Big Ramy, the previous winner, dropped to fifth. However, the Arnold Classic, which will be held from March 2nd and 5 in Columbus, Ohio, has taken center stage on the bodybuilding calendar. The 35th annual Arnold Classic's official field of participants was made public in January. Blessing Awadibu and Charles Griffin withdrew a day after this declaration, prompting the IFBB to enact new regulations regarding athletes who withdraw from invitational final participant lists. The prize money for the men's open winner was boosted by the Arnold Classic organizers to an astounding $300,000, which is just $100,000 less than what Olympia pays its open class victor. Nick Walker, Andrew Jack, and Patrick Moore consequently added their names to the list. Unexpectedly, Elsbie also announced that she had entered the competition. Giles Thomas interviewed Sarcev, who was candid about whether Big Ramy could resolve the issues that prevented him from competing at the 2022 Olympics. He also looked closely at a possible fight between Samson Dada and Nick Walker. Like many other seasoned athletes, Sarcev insisted that Big Ramy would not be written off before the 2023 Arnold Classic. The Egyptian native, he said, is among the top 5 in the world, but Samson Dada has the skills to beat him in March. People don't consider that a guy that plays 6th or 7th has business beating guys that are 2nd or 3rd. It's not even a contest. All these YouTube comments, when I say yeah of course, Samson can beat Nick. It's a laughingstock of a statement. It's possible, says Milos Sarcev. People don't understand. Ramy placing 5th, it's top 5 in the world. One of the top 5 best physiques. Walker's thin skin has been emphasized by Sarcev as one of his strongest weapons. Going into the Arnold Classic, I know that Nick just has that freaky thin skin. I was a fan of his at Dragon's Lair. I've seen him there. I had to touch his skin right. It was like holy shit. I remember back in '83 when I touched John Brown's arm. It's super impressive. This is what bothered me. People think I'm a Nick hater. I love Nick. I take my hat off to him in many aspects. Later, he expressed dissatisfaction, saying that although competitions used to be judged and praised, they are now mostly based on muscle growth and required postures. It used to be bodybuilding was a sport, now it's muscle building. Now in mandatory poses, and okay, in this new sport, yeah, he can win every show right. In muscle building, 8 mandatory poses bodybuilding shows. Bodybuilding was supposed to be judged and appreciated, and you know, he wouldn't. That's for me, I'm not a judge, says Milos Sarcev. Despite having an unsolvable lower lat insertions issue, Ramy may still be very competitive versus Nick Walker in the Arnold Classic, according to Sarcev. Part of me of course agrees with you, fixing triceps, lower lats, calf muscles. Part of me never discourages anyone to compete because I competed 110 times. I have guys that ask me, yes, competition is a deadline, it brings everything up a notch. Instead of waiting 1 year, maybe do one more Olympia Ramy. No. You had all this size going into the Olympia, I mean there was hype and we all believed that he would bring it and be even better than in 2021. Ramy has a V-taper and X-frame. So, beating Nick Walker in X-frame and V-taper, 100% there's no question. Sean Claret a dangerous little giant killer right, added Milos Sarcev. Ramy is super competitive in those front poses if he does them correctly, side poses, 100%. Then, there was that back double biceps that was problematic because of the lower lat insertions and that cannot be fixed, says Milos Sarcev. Ramy's lower lat problem was not addressed by Sarcev, who instead hypothesized that nerve injury may be a crucial component. I'm no medical expert, so it would be needless for us to give expert advice. We are bro science. It doesn't take much of a rocket scientist to see that nerves fires the muscles contract, and are able to hypertrophy or maintain size. When there's no delivery of an impulse, it atrophies. That's the only explanation. Ramy has had intravenous stem cell procedures in order to get his body ready for another demanding bodybuilding competition. Elsbie responded well to the therapy, according to Ramy's doctor, who had recently treated Fuad Abiad, and she thinks he looks better than before. Ronnie Coleman will be fixed by Dr. Khan so that the legendary bodybuilder may once more walk unaided. Ramy and his coach have kept any improvements to his body under wraps as the annual Arnold Sports Festival draws near. We'll have to wait and see if Olympia's new stem cell therapy will help him get in shape for his rematch with Nick Walker at the 2023 Arnold Classic.